Okay, it's been about 9 months since I've had a video here on YouTube, and the last ones were really popular. I got a lot of really good feedback about them. Had a chance to have a lot of really good open discussions with people. Inevitably, you're going to get some really closed-minded people just wanting to post lies and whatnot. But I've spent most of my time trying to control that and answer back to people who ask me questions. And I felt like, it's a good time to put a new video out, especially in light of Mormonism being on such a big stage with Mitt Romney. And you'll notice the title of the video is Mitt Romney versus Mike Huckabee. Now, before I go into this video, I've stated before the purpose of me doing these YouTube videos is to really just clarify Mormon beliefs and misconceptions about them. I'm a person who loves all religion. I love all people who are good. I'll go that far. If someone's an atheist, as long as they're a good person, I don't have a problem with them. I like them. I like good people. I'm a person who battles for good and battles against evil. I have very specific beliefs, but I'm not going to judge somebody else if they don't happen to agree with my beliefs. Mike Huckabee did something recently that really bothered me. He started his, I guess you could call it a whisper campaign, by not making accusations against Mormons, but making a suggestion or asking a question that would raise doubts in people's mind. And he asked the question, you've all heard it, I'm sure, it was all over the news. He asked a reporter, don't Mormons believe that Jesus and Satan are brothers? This bothered me for a couple reasons. One, it is a complete misconception of our beliefs. It's taking a belief and verbalizing it in a way that makes it sound bad, and he knows that. It also bothers me because I've served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I've talked to easily, I have no problem throwing out the number thousands, easily thousands of born-agains and evangelicals, and I know that they know the answer to that question. And I know that if you are a preacher of a born-again church, you know a whole lot about Mormons. Because afterwards he tried saying, well, I was just asking an honest question. I don't know that much about Mormonism. He literally said, and you can look this up, he said, I don't know that much about Mormonism. It's a flat-out, I will call that a lie, without even knowing the guy. If he is an evangelical preacher, if he's worth his salt at all, he can give, again, a 2-hour anti-Mormon talk in church on Sunday. He knows Mormonism better than most Mormons do. So that bothered me. The second thing that bothered me is, why are these Mormon beliefs that seem peculiar being pointed out, and some of, especially one I'll bring up today, the evangelical beliefs are not being brought up? And the question I would love to ask Mike Huckabee if I had the chance, and I've asked this of many born-agains, I know the answer going into it, but it'll make you think a little bit. The question I'd love to ask him is, Mike, there's been billions, if not trillions, of people who have lived on this earth who have never heard of Jesus Christ. I'm not talking they haven't heard the good word, they haven't had a chance to read the Bible, they haven't had a chance to truly learn about him. I'm talking never heard the name Jesus Christ in their lives. No clue who the man was. Let's get even more specific with a scenario. Inevitably, there had to have been, and again, I would say this happened billions of times over, but let's just focus on one boy born in a Middle Eastern country 300 years ago. This boy is born to good parents who teach him to love the only God he knows, the Muslim God, let's say, and he does everything he's taught to do. He never harms another person. He obeys his parents. He loves his God. He doesn't worship other idols. He worships the only God he knows. He treats other people, like I said, with respect. He marries a good woman, has kids, works hard in supporting them, and he dies, and he goes to meet Jesus Christ. What's going to happen to him? What does the evangelical, what does Mike Huckabee in his heart believe will happen to that boy? Well, you can argue with me on this one. I'd love it if people would give me feedback. But I've asked a lot of people this question. I've had a lot of people answer it very straightforward who are born-agains. I appreciate, actually, how candid some of them are. And what they believe is that that boy is going to burn in hell for eternity. He is headed for a life of eternal burning, essentially torture, by the God who made him, sent him to this earth, never gave him an opportunity to not just believe in Jesus, never gave him an opportunity to hear his name. Then he died, and he's going to burn him for that. Common sense tells me this doesn't work, guys. It just doesn't make sense. I hear things like, well, if he was truly seeking God, he would find him. I just don't buy that. I mean, what's he supposed to do? He lives in a huge country with billions of people. He never has a chance to hear Christ's name. How is he supposed to believe and be saved? According to every born again I've ever talked to, and again, I'd love some feedback on this, but I'm not going off a few opinions here. The main things you have to do to be saved are believe in the Trinity, and believe in the Bible, and believe in Jesus Christ. And essentially, verbally, you need to verbally accept Jesus Christ to be born again. It's interesting to me because the belief in the Trinity isn't in the Bible. It never says anywhere in the Bible you have to believe in the Trinity. It says in the Bible you have to believe in Jesus Christ. The idea of a Trinitarian Jesus comes from the Nicene Creed, which happened hundreds. It's literally a creed. Look the word up if you don't understand what that means. Type in Nicene Creed, Nicene, Creed. This is what shaped modern Christianity, not the Bible. The Nicene Creed, men got together, hashed it out, because some of them believed God and Jesus were separate. That's a fact. You can look that up. There's a book called The Apostolic Fathers that you can find out more information on that. Some believed in a Trinitarian God. They hashed this out, and they came up with a belief in the Trinitarian God. That's what they settled on. Mormons believe in the biblical Jesus. They don't believe in the Nicene Creed Jesus. And in doing so, they get mocked a lot for that. You know, I have to put up with a lot of crap because I believe in the biblical version of the Jesus, the way I interpret the Bible. But this is a question I'd love Mike Huckabee to answer. Take a guy like Gandhi. Someone, if you're listening to this video, please Google Gandhi, go to his Wikipedia page, whatever, read about that man's life, and then at the end of that tell me he's going to hell. God's going to burn that man. You just got to be kidding me. That makes no sense whatsoever. If that's true, I don't want to live in the afterlife with that God. I want to live in this afterlife. Mormons believe that in the pre-existence, we were literally spirit children of our Father. We wanted to become like Him, just like children in this life want to become like their dads. Our Heavenly Father wanted us to become like Him, just like dads in this life want their kids to become like them. He gave us the opportunity to come to this life, to receive a body, and to be judged of our deeds. Yes, there are certain things we need to be done. There are certain ordinances that have to take place in order to be saved, in order to live with God again. But God is not going to take someone like Gandhi and say, you did everything you could have possibly done to be a good person, but you didn't do these ordinances while on earth. I'm going to burn you now. He has provided a place after this life, and this is one of the places that I believe Jesus visited, the spirit world, in the 3 days that He was gone, along with visiting the people in the Americas. But there is a place after this life where people wait. It's called the spirit world. And these people have a chance to accept, not Mormonism. There's no such thing as Mormonism. Mormon is a nickname. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They have a chance to accept the ordinances that Jesus Christ has put on this earth by priesthood authority, and accept Jesus Christ based on how they lived their lives. It's not like if they didn't live a good life, they're not going to have that chance. And that's why I can look at everybody I see, and I don't look at them and think this guy is going to burn. It's because there's a world, there is an entire spirit world after this life where everyone who lived a good life will have a chance to accept Jesus Christ in all of His doctrines and have those things done for them. It's the only religion. I challenge you to email me with another religion that offers that kind of a chance for all mankind to be saved. Mike Huckabee's belief, if you go by that, he believes essentially that 70+% of America is going to burn in hell. I don't know if I want a president like that. Maybe you do, but I want a president more like Mitt Romney, who has a belief that says, no matter what your beliefs are, as long as you're a good person, you will have a chance to be saved. That is a doctrine of the LDS Church that is a huge reason why I am LDS. Is because I can look anyone in the eye who is of another religion and tell them, I absolutely think you're going to go to heaven if you're a good person, regardless of if you join my church or not. Anyway, I appreciate your time. If you guys have any other questions or ideas for my videos, please send them my way. Until then, keep thinking. Again, I love religion and I love people who are good. Keep thinking and be critical. If you're Mormon, also be critical of your beliefs. My testimony has grown stronger by being critical of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and really diving into every belief that I'm taught. I appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you soon.